bright outside. It's beautiful. It's funny, I always open up my videos with the weather and how's everyone doing today. And, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's rainy. I feel like I'm a 90-year-old man. Oh, how's the weather out today? Oh, lovely weather out. It's good stuff. Still drinking the Dune coffee. It is just so smooth and not too dark, not too light. It's right in the middle, medium. It's beautiful. Today I wanted to talk about not finishing books, and that we as readers should feel empowered to have that choice to not finish a book. You know, if you're not liking something, why finish it? Why suffer through something that you are clearly not enjoying? Because that's no fun. That's, in my opinion, I think that's a waste of time too. I mean, and there's another side to the coin, you know, like, oh, I want to challenge myself and I really want to read this book. I'm not enjoying it, but I want to finish it. I want to get through it. I want to push through, and then maybe there's a reward at the end. But a lot of the times I feel like there are books out there that we read because they're popular or because people speak so highly of them, and then when you read it, you're like, huh, I'm not liking it. What's going on here? And then you struggle through it, and you keep reading it, and it's just like, why am I doing this to myself? For me, I don't like to waste my time. I really like to vet and research a book before I dive into it. I want to make sure it's something that is intriguing and interesting to me before I open up the first page. And, you know, if I'm not liking a book, I'm not going to finish it. For example, I didn't like Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. That is a very popular book. And I dove into it thinking, okay, yeah, it's popular. Brandon Sanderson's popular. He's one of the most popular fantasy writers ever. And everyone says this trilogy is the best. And people have had it at their top 3, maybe their top trilogy, you know, of all time. And I dove in. I was intrigued. I liked the first maybe 25%. You know, the magic system, the concept of the city and the Dark Lord and ash falling. It's so cool, you know. But as I got further in, it's like, oh, that's all this is, isn't it? It was very surface level. And I don't want to go into it because I made a video on that and you can watch that. But to me, halfway through, I realized how surface level and hollow the book was. And I struggled to get through it. I didn't enjoy it. And at the end, I realized I should have probably dropped it, but I gave it a chance. You know, if you're feeling like you're not enjoying a book or you're struggling, maybe put it down, take a break, do something else. Take a couple days off, come back to it. Maybe your head wasn't in it. You know, maybe you weren't focusing enough. Maybe life is a little stressful and, you know, just take a break. Come back to it. And then if you're still not liking it, okay, maybe it's time to just put it away. And you shouldn't feel bad for not finishing a book. I think it's more freeing to not finish a book than to finish a book that you absolutely resented and hated. Like I said earlier, it's just a waste of time. And for me, I don't like wasting my time. And that's why I really try to research a book before I dive into it. You know, Wheel of Time, I did extensive research. Very spoiler-free research, very surface-level research, enough to tell me if I'm going to like it or not. You know, enough to just intrigue me. And 14 books later, one of my top fantasy series of all time, period. And one of my most memorable reading experiences I've ever had. Let's say I was hating it, and let's say I didn't like it, and I was 6 books in. I shouldn't struggle for the rest of the way through just because. It's just a waste of time. And I think in this fast world, like I always say, how fast our world is, our time is very valuable. And I think we should read the books we want to read and not force ourselves to struggle and tackle a book that we are just not enjoying. Just because everyone else likes a book and talks so highly of it, and you know, it's so viral on TikTok and booktube, hey, I don't like it. You know, it's funny, I had Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy on my list, and I started reading that after I finished The Last Unicorn, and I got about 60 pages in, and I'm just like, this isn't jiving with me. I'm not enjoying it right now. So I DNF'd it. I didn't finish it. Put it down. I'll give it another chance, another time down the line. But then I picked up Dungeon Crawler Carl, a book I did want to read, and it was perfect. I enjoyed it all the way through, and I felt like it was a good use of my time because I was enjoying it. The point of this video is you are not obligated to finish a book you don't like. And you don't have to like a book that is popular. If you hate it, don't read it. That's it. My gosh, it is getting quite bright. Let me see if I can... I don't know about you, but I'm enjoying this little book nook corner. You know, I got my bookshelf right here. Got the beautiful sunlight coming in. It's nice. It's cozy. Do you miss the table? Or do you like this? I'm curious. I'm enjoying this for the sake of natural light and depth. But anyways, you know, I say this on my channel all the time. Read what you want to read. That is when reading is most fun and when it is most rewarding. When you are reading of your own volition. You know, if I'm talking about a book that I love and I'm imploring you to read it, you know, that doesn't mean you're going to like it, and that doesn't mean you have to read it. I never want to force you into anything and to read something that you may not like or that you aren't necessarily interested in. Never feel bad about closing a book that you didn't finish. I think that is going to be a very free feeling. It's a weight off your shoulders. A burst of excitement, you know, to be like, you know what? I can now read something that I actually want to read. So that is my video for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it provided a little encouragement. What popular book that you read or started to read that you didn't finish? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the books that you didn't finish and why. Let me know.